When we picture a global crisis, we usually imagine an isolated event, a single emergency that forces the world to stop and respond. In the summer of 2026, the timeline shattered, delivering multiple massive shocks at the exact same time. This snapshot captures the overlap: U.S. bombardments in Iran, a Venezuelan earthquake killing 1,400, and a rising Ebola outbreak. On the same screen, you find World Cup brackets, Texas Bible school debates, and Louisiana political runoffs. When multiple distinct systems, like global security, public health, and domestic culture, suffer severe shocks simultaneously, economists call the condition a polycrisis. How does the vast machinery of modern life keep moving forward when the dashboard is flashing red across the board? Understanding modern survival requires us to look past the blur and dissect this chaos layer by layer, identifying what fractures under the pressure and what manages to ignore the fire. The most visible pressure point during this window was the direct military conflict between the United States and Iran. The conflict entered a new phase as Iran launched retaliatory strikes against U.S. military infrastructure located in Kuwait and Bahrain. Iran paired those strikes by asserting control over the Strait of Hormuz, a narrow and highly vulnerable choke point for the global oil supply. By placing a core artery of global trade at risk, this conflict created a geopolitical sinkhole that threatened to absorb all international diplomatic resources. While international focus locked on to the Middle East, the physical environment fractured in South America. A series of massive earthquakes struck Venezuela, pushing the death toll past 1,400 as international rescue operations scrambled to reach the rubble. Simultaneously, a rising international Ebola outbreak forced the CDC to activate its highest-level emergency response. This creates massive logistical friction. The cargo planes, medical supplies, and personnel required for disaster recovery are drawn from the exact same finite pool of resources currently being diverted toward military staging. Nature operates blindly to human conflict, proving that a true polycrisis transforms isolated regional tragedies into a systemic failure of global resources. Yet, inside the borders of the United States, administrative life continued completely untroubled. The Department of Justice utilized its resources during this window to seize nearly 400 websites illegally streaming World Cup matches. Local political momentum pushed forward without interruption, with Texas mandating Bible passages in public school curriculums and Louisiana holding routine election runoffs. Domestic institutions are engineered for aggressive compartmentalization. They enforce stability by shielding internal routines from the volatility of external shocks. Conventional logic suggests that a global economy facing war, plague, and earthquakes would show immediate signs of panic. Instead, Headline 8 of this snapshot reveals that Standard & Poor's officially affirmed the United States AA+ credit rating right in the middle of the chaos. The financial institution cited underlying economic resilience, acknowledging the military and geopolitical strains while mathematically shrugging them off. Systemic shocks rarely cause the dramatic global shutdown we picture in movies. Instead, financial models quickly price in the volatility, absorb the damage, and continue charting upward. Our global architecture is built for this level of compartmentalization. The ability to keep the economic engine running while parts of the world burn is modern society's most effective tool for survival and its most unsettling trait. Global catastrophe and mundane continuity occupy the same timeline. In the modern era, the end of the world simply plays out on a split screen.